Hey guys. So the other day I saw the amazing premiere of the Vampire Diaries season 4. And the episode was called Growing Pains. Of course, it reflects on Elena's transformation to vampirism. So in this episode, um, Elena wakes up, disoriented. She doesn't know where she is, and um, Stefan is there with Damon, of course, waiting for her to wake up, and they're there to console her and explain to her basically, um, what's going on and what happened, and they fill her in, and they tell her that she's dead, that she's died, and of course Damon is all brooding about it, saying that Stefan should have saved her and not Matt, but he did it because he was respecting her decision. She wanted Stefan to save Matt, so Matt could go on and live. But well, I mean, everything happens for a reason. So now she's gonna become a vampire, and we all know that she's gonna become a vampire. I mean, she's the main character. She can't really die. She's not gonna die. So, um, but anyway, so Elena's senses are all heightened. She's hearing, louder. She's seeing things more clearer. All her senses are heightened. Um, there's a scene where she's in her room and she's looking at a light bulb, and the sound of the light bulb, the electricity, she can hear it in her ears, and it's like irritating and frustrating her. And it gets to the point where she just goes up to the light bulb and she squeezes it and she breaks it because she can't stand it. Like the transition to vampire in Vampire Diaries is very emotional. Your senses get heightened, and you become very irritable. You can hear people's heart beating. So of course, this transition that she's going through, obviously, is making her hear and sense all these things that she's never sensed before. There's a scene where she's in the kitchen with Stefan, and she can't stand being in the kitchen because of all the sunlight hitting her eyes. She can't eat. Her appetite's gone. She was eating a sandwich and she couldn't finish the sandwich. She said it tasted disgusting. Um, so of course, I mean, in the episode you see that they're trying to bring her back, but we all know that there's no, even if they would have decided to bring her back, it wouldn't have made any sense to bring her back. They, I mean, it's just something that even if they had done in the show, it wouldn't have made any sense. But anyway, Bonnie tries to um, bring Elena's spirit back into her body and stop the transition. Of course, all you Vampire Diaries fans know that it's impossible, and we were all hoping that she would turn. So anyway, Bonnie tries the spell, and of course she's tapping into dark magic. And as all of you know, witches are basically, in this show, they balance nature. They're supposed to keep the balance of nature a lot going. They're supposed to keep everything balanced, and they're supposed to stay out of vampire business. Even though they're always being dragged into it, they're supposed to stay out of it. So Bonnie tries the spell, and her grandmother appears to her, telling her to stop, to go back, to leave it be, that it's supposed to be this way. And Bonnie, as always, doesn't listen, and something happens. I'm trying to understand what happens in the scene between her and her grandmother. It looked as if her grandmother was dying. There was considerable pain on the grandmother's behalf. She was going through a lot of pain. A lot of black veins started popping out in her hands. I don't know. Maybe it was the witches from the other side who were doing that, or the spirits. I don't know. What I don't understand is how a ghost can feel pain, even if, I mean, she's dead already. How can she feel pain? And on top of that, how can she die? Because presumably, from what I saw in the episode, she looked like as if she died, and she's a ghost already. So I guess in the next episode, maybe they'll show something of that concerning that. I know that Bonnie, she needs to pull back because she's going to deep she's getting herself into deep trouble with the spirits. And I mean, just like her mother, they could strip her powers, or who knows, but she's getting herself into deep trouble. I think they should just, I mean, they should have, I understand them for trying to bring Elena back, but some things you can't change. Anyway, Elena finally, she, she's about to die, and Stefan, Rebecca, and Elena were kidnapped by the pastor and thrown into this barn. And between Rebecca and Stefan, they got to kill one of the soldiers, or one of the police officers, and that's where Elena drank the blood from and finally transformed. And she looks amazing as a vampire. I think she looks great. I think the red eyes were a little bit too much. Um, that to me was a little bit too much. I mean, it kind of looked a little bit like they were trying to be like Twilightish. I'm not saying they were trying to copy Twilight or anything, but I think it went too much. I think the red eyes didn't I don't know. My opinion is I don't think the red eyes suited her. I understand that she was drinking blood and it was her first time and stuff, but I think it was too much. Maybe they should have done just like when Catherine turned, her eyes turned black, and that looked pretty cool. But I guess they wanted to, make their own little spin on Elena's transformation, which is fine. I mean, she looked amazing. The teeth were amazing. The scene where she comes out running to save Matt from Damon, that looked amazing. Great, that looked great. I love the episode overall. I can't wait for this season. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next. So, Elena's a vampire. Bonnie, we don't know if she's going to become evil. She's tapping into dark magic. Her mother and her grandmother have always warned her about dark magic, about keeping away from it, staying away from it. Klaus was in Tyler's body. Now he's back in his body. I saw some spoiler photos of him being back in his body. So we'll see what happens with Klaus now that he has no more blood from Elena. We're going to see what happens next with him. Actually, in the end of the episode, Rebecca and Klaus are fighting, and I think Klaus is going to just forget about his family and go off on his own. I mean, I think that guy is just far away from being a good family role model, a family member. I mean, forget about it. I mean, so now it's just about helping Elena through her transition, helping her with her senses, with her emotions, helping her control herself, so she doesn't go around killing everybody. And I just expect a great season. I expect a whole bunch of great scenes coming up. I expect a lot of great scenes with Bonnie, a lot of great scenes with Elena, a lot of great scenes with maybe Jeremy. Jeremy is probably gonna have some great scenes too with Bonnie. So let's just wait and see, and see what happens next. So if you like my video, comment or subscribe to my blog. Thanks, guys. Peace out.